In this clip, we've got some people that are saving up some money for something really cool like a car or a computer. And even though they've got their money sitting in a savings account and they plan on leaving it there for a year or two or however long it takes, they'd still like to know how much money they'd be making after, say, a month or 2 months. So we can help them out by using a TVM solver. And that's my heads up. If you don't have your graphing calculator handy, you might want to pause the clip and go grab it now because you're going to need it to help out somebody who's saving up for a laptop computer on this side later on in the clip. All right, let's see if we can help out somebody who's saving up for a car. Jody received $500 for her birthday. She is putting the money towards buying a car in the near future. Today, she put the money in a savings account with an annual interest rate of 4% compounded daily. And how much will Jody earn in 1 month, which is 30 days? Okay, so Jody was lucky enough to get $500 for her birthday, and she wants that car. The money's sitting there in the savings account, and she's not going to touch it. She'll leave it there for however long it takes, but she'd like to know how much money she's going to have after a month. So to help her out, the first thing we should do is list our givens. So I'm going to bring in our graphing calculator, and I'll use the TVM solver to give us a list of all the variables that we're going to need to fill in. To get the TVM solver, I'm going to go to the Apps button. Then I'll hit Enter on Finance. Enter again on TVM solver. And there is a list of some variables that we need to fill in. The first one, N, this is a tricky one because N is the number of years that the money is sitting in the account. Well, in this case, she wants to know how much money she has after 30 days. So it's not even been in there for half a year. It's only been in there for 1 month. So for N, we're going to say 30 out of 365. We're going to convert 30 days into years. And by doing that, now we'll have an N that we can punch into the calculator because it'll be expressed as years, and that's what the TVM solver needs. The next variable is I, expressed as a percent. That one's not too much fuss. It's just the interest rate that's been given in the question. I see it right there. It's 4%. Next is PV, or present value, and it's the amount of money that we start out with when we're investing. Well, she got $500 for her birthday, and she put that into the bank account, so that's our present value. And what's next? PMT we could ignore in this question. That's just the payment, and Jody's not putting any new money into her account, so that'll just be a 0. FV is future value, and that's the amount of money that we are trying to find in this question. It's how much we'll end up with after 30 days. So we'll leave that as a 0, and then we'll come back and solve for it. Payments per year, we can leave that as a 1. We're just putting the money into the account one time. Compounding periods per year. Well, it's compounding daily. And daily means 365 times per year. Now we've got everything we need to go ahead and solve this problem. Okay, step 2, we need to enter the givens that we've found in step 1 into the calculator, and we'll solve. So watch as I do that. N's the tricky one. It's the fraction that we have right here. So I'll type in just what I see there, 30 divided by 365. Remember, that's converting into years. Then I hit enter, and it does a nice little favor for us. It puts it into a decimal. I is given as 4%. We can just enter that number in. Present value is 500. I'll hit enter. Payment I'll leave alone. Future value I'm also going to leave alone because that's what we're solving for, so I'll keep that a 0. Finally, the compounding periods per year. Well, it's compounded daily, so I'll enter 365. Then I'm going to scroll back up to future value because I'm solving for that. If I hit alpha, I should get an A. Then I'll hit enter to get my answer. And it looks like $501.65. The negative, you'll recall, just means that it's money that's not accessible for us right now. So after 30 days, she's going to have $501.65. But that's not our final answer because the question wants us to figure out how much she's actually earned. And since she started off with $500, we have to do a little bit of math. We subtract the amount after 30 days and the starting amount. And that'll just leave $1.65. And that is our final answer. All right, let's add a concluding statement to finish this off. We'll just write something that's simple and makes sense, like she will earn $1.65 after 1 month. And there's our finished problem. All right, with those steps in mind, now it's your turn. We need you to help somebody who's looking to save up to buy a computer. Mike received $1,000 for his birthday. Not bad. He's putting his money towards buying a computer. And today he put the money in a savings account with an annual interest rate of 6%, and it's compounded daily. And how much will Mike earn in 2 months, which is 61 days? Okay, so try that one out using the steps I showed you on the left. Make sure you use 61 days and not 30, and I'll show you the solution when you're ready. Turns out after 2 months, Mike is going to earn just a little bit over $10, $10.08. And if you didn't quite get that, make sure that you did your n correctly, dividing 61 and 365 to turn n into years. And check all of these numbers that I entered into the TVM solver. Make sure you had the same thing. $10.08.